Some people refuse to be happy for you or don't know how to love you because you've grown beyond the limits that they tried to set for you. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today, I'm going to be reacting to You Should Be Here by Cole Swindell. And I have no familiarity with this, but it is a very special request because over on my weekly Friday mental health live stream, Aaron Butler had pledged for this song reaction for Aviation Fan. So this is just a little random act of kindness, which always makes me so happy. But Aviation Fan, this reaction is going to be for you from Aaron Butler. But before we get to the reaction, I just wanted to say thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. With gas prices soaring, it is getting harder by the day for us to get out and about. This is making it nearly impossible for a lot of people to get to medical appointments. BetterHelp is ensuring that we all have quick and affordable access to a licensed therapist no matter how crazy things might get out there. And the most important thing to me is that they match you with someone who has professional experience with your specific situation. When I was doing in-person therapy, I was just thrown to the first person available, which was still usually booked months out, and I very rarely connected with. You're worthy of getting help, and as a special offer to my viewers, BetterHelp is offering 10% off your first month of professional therapy. Just go to betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. That's betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. Again, thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. Now let's jump into this reaction. You Should Be Here by Cole Swindell.
Hey. What you doing? Oh, nothing. Just heading into town with Mike. We're going to head out for a little celebratory drink tonight.
I like how this feels very casual. Just like I'm watching a friend.
Yeah, we just closed the deal with Warner, so I'm gonna go to Warner. Yeah.
This drives like that.
It's perfect outside, it's like God let me dial up the weather. Got the whole crew here, I ain't seen some of them in forever. It's one of those never forget it, better stop and take it in kind of scenes. Everything's just right, yeah, except for one thing. You should be here, standing with your arm around me here, cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments that's got your name written all over it. And you know that if I had just one wish, it'd be that you didn't have to miss this. You should be here.
I love how it starts out talking about what a perfect day it is and how all your friends are there, because I remember when my dad passed away and it was actually a really gorgeous day the next day, and I went outside and I was sitting on my little porch area and I was so angry at the weather and I was so ticked off that the sun had dared to rise that day when my whole entire world was falling apart. So I can definitely relate to that. You know, everything is joyous and chipper, and this is, in my experience, when grief tends to hit the hardest, because the lack of the presence of your loved one is felt most intensely at that point.
You'd be taking way too many pictures cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments that's got your name written all over it. And you know that if I had just one wish, it'd be that you didn't have to miss this. Oh, you should be here, you'd be loving this, you'd be freaking out, you'd be smiling, yeah, I know you'd be all about what's going on right here, right now. God, I wish somehow you could be here. Oh, you should be here.
I didn't mean to cut him off like that. You know, this is one of the aspects of grief for me that's never gone away. I remember when I interviewed Diamond Dallas Page, for example, and I broke down crying afterward. I was so proud of myself, but I broke down crying afterward because I wanted my dad to be there so badly to see, look at me, I'm interviewing Diamond Dallas Page. I got to interview Eric Bischoff. I got to hang out with Eric Bischoff. And I know that it would have been so exciting for my dad. I remember trying on my wedding dress and crying because my mom couldn't be there to zip me up and cry herself and get emotional and be excited. And this month I'm struggling because I just had the anniversary of my mom's passing just after the anniversary of my dad's passing, but this also would have been the 1-year birthday of my baby had I not had a miscarriage, and she should be here. So I know that I'm not alone in having that feeling of, you should be here. You should be here to be sharing these things with me. You should be here for the milestones. You should be here to see me get published in my first magazine, or see me helping other people. See all these things that I'm doing. I wish that I could see how proud you were. I know you would be, but I wish that I could see that. And I wish that I could hug my parents and tell them that I'm all that I am because of them. And I have the heart that I do because of them.
Yeah, this is one of those moments that's got your name written all over it. And you know that if I had just one wish, it'd be that you didn't have to miss this. Oh, you should be here. You should be here.
Use the Air Force. When it's saying, this is one of the moments that has your name written all over it, I think when something happens that would have had an emotional reaction, like I was saying, or something that they would have enjoyed, or even something that they would have gotten angry about. It doesn't have to be a happy emotion. I remember when my mom passed away, when I actually first realized that my mom was gone and wasn't coming back, was I heard the news about Chris Benoit, the wrestler. For those of you that don't know, he had a tragic breakdown that ended in the loss of himself, his wife, and his son. And I remember turning to tell my mom. I literally turned to walk down the hallway to her room to tell her, and realized that she wasn't there. And it was just such a shock to the system. Or I remember when I was going to call my grandma to tell her about some good grades I got on a test that I had been really struggling with, the subject matter, and she just passed away and she wasn't there. And I think this is when their absence is really accentuated. But if I had one more wish in the world, it would be to have dinner with my parents. I love how this video goes through a range of emotions with him, because it does show him enjoying himself and having happy times. And I think that's really important, that we do connect to that as much as we are able to, even those little small fragments, because that's all it's going to be for the first while, is just a second here and there, a glimpse of that hope and of that joy. But latch onto it when it happens. But when you do need to fall apart, and he did in the end. He was there and he's smiling, but he's also crying. He's allowing himself to go through the grief process, and that's completely okay. That's how we should be doing it. We should be allowing our emotions to come and go as they will, as long as we're doing so in a healthy manner, as long as we're finding ways to express our emotions in a healthy manner. That's exactly what we should be doing, and we should be getting help, whether that be from a friend or whether that is from a professional. I've seen so many people say, well, I shouldn't be feeling the way that I do because there's people that have it worse than me. While that's absolutely true, grief is one of the hardest things that we go through as a human, or really even other animals experience grief as well. Grief is one of the hardest things that we as sentient beings go through, and there's absolutely no shame in needing some help to get through that process, because it's brutal and we really aren't taught how to deal with it. So if you are needing extra help, that is absolutely okay. Don't forget that you can take advantage of that 10% off your first month of professional therapy. If you are struggling because you're missing someone, you're wishing they were here, you could take that advantage of that offer by going to betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster, betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. I always encourage people, when we are reminded of our grief process of our lost loved ones, I encourage you to share your favorite memories here, because the most important thing that we can do is find ways to share their love and their wisdom and their memories with the world, and that's how we keep them alive. We keep them alive by living ourselves. So please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it in case you know someone who is struggling, or maybe you don't know, but I'm sure there's someone in your circle that's struggling. And if you haven't already, like I said, make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Thanks again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video, and I love you guys so, so, so much. Mwah.